This is a disaster for the Dallas Mavericks, and despite the lackluster start to the season, as the Dallas Mavericks are currently 1-3, they were showing signs of greatness, flashes of what it looks like when everything works together. When Anthony Davis is playing the 4, sometimes the 5, when we actually have a point guard in the rotation, as well as when the bench players step up and do what we need them to do, the Dallas Mavericks have shown in maybe one quarter and maybe even one half that we do look like a competent team. We do look like the team that everybody thinks we are. Until the one thing happened that we all thought we left behind was major injuries. Now, of course, we don't have Kyrie Irving, we don't have Dante Exum, and of course, we've been out without Brandon Williams for personal reasons, but the Dallas Mavericks is a very deep team. Or so we thought, until these injuries started piling up. And just yesterday, we got the report that multiple players will be out for tonight's game against the Pacers. But on top of all of that, Brandon Williams was arrested. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what is going on with the Dallas Mavericks, who's hurt, who's available, and what did Brandon Williams do to get arrested. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 21,142 subscribers. Again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, from the live streams, the injuries, players getting arrested, Jason Kidd possibly getting fired, anything that goes on with your favorite team, make sure you subscribe. But the Dallas Mavericks, as we all know, had a very, very rough last season, where not only did we trade away our cornerstone in Luka Doncic, we also dealt with a lot of injuries, guys getting hurt left and right, to the point where towards the end of the season, we almost had to forfeit games. Our two-way guys had to play the most games that they were possibly able to play until we could try to throw together some makeshift roster to not have to forfeit games. But after last season, after we finished in the play-in tournament, we lost to the Grizzlies, we go into the offseason, we get the number 1 pick, we get Cooper Flagg, we get rid of all of our training staff and get more competent people to come in. We also lost our entire assistant coaches, but we got new assistant coaches in. The one thing that Mavericks fans wanted to see was a change of scenery. We didn't want to see injuries again. Although they are a part of the game, we didn't want to see it happen again like it did last year. We wanted change and we wanted something different. But unfortunately, it does not seem like that is the case. And if we want to start where it seems like everything began, on Monday, when the Dallas Mavericks played against Oklahoma City Thunder, Cooper Flagg took a little bit of a hard bump. I got it right here. Cooper Flagg took a little bit of a hard bump against Hartenstein early in the first quarter, messed up his shoulder. He had it wrapped. He did not play well at all, and some people say that he's a bust. I would argue he was playing through injury, and hopefully it doesn't keep him out for the foreseeable future. But ahead of that game, there were already a few injuries for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks injury report versus Oklahoma City Thunder: Brandon Williams was out for personal reasons. Derrick Lively was out as he has right knee contusion. Daniel Gafford's out with a right ankle sprain. Dante Exum is out with right knee injury, and Kyrie Irving's out. Obviously, he had surgery on his ACL. It seems like everybody's legs are just completely shot on the Dallas Mavericks. And despite all of those injuries, the Dallas Mavericks still had that game somewhat competitive. It did run away from us. And we also had to make one of our very infamous fake comebacks where it did look like things were starting to just come together for the team down the stretch. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough, and we got the L. But we do have an update on some of these injuries that did come through yesterday. For the Pacers, for tonight's game against the Pacers, we did find out that they are without Quentin Jackson, Benedict Mathurin, Talon Peter, Johnny Furphy, Andrew Nembhard, Cam Jones, TJ McConnell, and of course Tyrese Halliburton. That's a lot of players that the Pacers are missing. The Pacers will have to actually try to get a win tonight. The Dallas Mavericks should be poised to beat a team that is missing this many players. Except it isn't going to be that easy for the Mavericks, as we also have a little bit of a list of our own. Mark Stein tweeted out saying Cooper Flagg is not listed at all on Dallas' injury report for Wednesday's home game against injury-ravaged Indiana after taking a hit to the left shoulder Monday night. Anthony Davis, with bilateral Achilles tendinopathy, is listed as probable for the Mavericks. So for tonight's game against the Pacers, Anthony Davis is probable. Dante is still out. Gafford is still doubtful. He was out for the last game, but he has been doubtful this whole time. Kyrie is still out. Lively is doubtful, as well as Brandon Williams is questionable, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But things are not looking good for the Dallas Mavericks. And one thing I want to just highlight is that Anthony Davis has bilateral Achilles tendinopathy. I had to look that up because I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to medical school. I have no idea what that means. I did tear my ACL, so I know some things, but pretty much what it means. He has soreness in both of his tendons. In what? In both his Achilles? Yes, in both of his Achilles, he has soreness. That's not good. We already have to deal with Kyrie Irving having to get ACL surgery. We don't want Anthony Davis to mess up his Achilles and have to be gone for the rest of the season. At that point, you definitely do just throw in the towel. Just go ahead and sell the farm, go all in on Cooper Flagg's development. You build around him, get picks, get young players. Things have to go right for the Dallas Mavericks moving forward. Of course, injuries are part of the game, but we are still trying to be competitive, I think. We are trying to win games, I think. I'm not sure exactly what path the Dallas Mavericks want to take, and one of the many things that a lot of Mavericks fans have talked about is this two-timeline situation where, yes, we can compete right now because our roster should be good enough, but we also have good young talent that we can develop so we can stay competitive for the future. But as of right now, very early in the season, I know only about 4 games in, it looks like the Dallas Mavericks can't do either. We're only 1-3, meaning we cannot stay competitive and we cannot win. We also have Cooper Flagg playing out of position. We have Derrick Lively still injured, injury prone, something that we got to talk about, Derrick Lively and his injuries. Our young players are trying to do what they can, but are we prepared for the future? Can we develop for the future? Can we also compete now? Can we do both? Can we do one or the other? Can we do neither? There's a lot of questions surrounding this Dallas Mavericks team. And with these injuries, things are going to be very, very interesting. Now, can we still beat the Indiana Pacers? We should. They're missing a lot of players, and if we don't have Anthony Davis, which I'm pretty sure we're not going to have, I think it would be very irresponsible, given his health history, to put him out there tonight. And even if we don't have Anthony Davis, we could still win. It would be pretty tough. Our two-way guys like a Ryan Nembhard, even a Miles Kelly, as well as a Moussa Cisse, will have to see some minutes. Otherwise, we're going to have guys playing 40-plus minutes. I mean, PJ's already done it once. I'm sure he's ready to do it again. Max Christie looks good. Najee Marshall could use some extended time. Jaden Hardy looked pretty decent in the last game. We are still a deep team. But when the injuries pile up, that will show you how deep we really are. Are we a deep team? Or are we just a house of cards just waiting to be knocked over? And with these injuries, you would think nothing else could go wrong. And you would be wrong because we have an arrest on the Dallas Mavericks roster. Now, for those that don't know, Brandon Williams has been out not due to injury, but due to personal matters. And I obviously was not going to cover that on this channel. That's very personal. But I can say, because it's public knowledge, he lost a dear friend, a teammate and a friend of his from way back when passed. And so he was allowed to be excused from the team in order to attend the funeral. A lot of people were wondering, why was he traveling? Whatever. So that's why. But unfortunately, on his way back to Dallas, he was arrested, and we now know the reason why. Brandon Williams was arrested at DFW Airport C Terminal on Saturday and charged with possession of less than 2 ounces of marijuana. Ladies and gentlemen, I always tell you, drink water. Leave those drugs alone. Drink water. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. You all know what they say. You've heard it all. But this is not looking good for the Dallas Mavericks. We have guys getting injured. We have a young player in Derrick Lively who looks to be injury prone. It's his 3rd season. I think if this continues, he will have to wear that label of being injury prone. Anthony Davis has already got that label. Derrick Lively's right there with them. We still don't know when we're going to get Daniel Gafford. We thought he'd be back for opening night. We're about to play our 5th game of the season. Still not here. Of course, there's Dante Exum, just being Dante Exum. On top of all of that, another guard, because we're so short on guards. Jason Kidd said himself, we're shorthanded on guards. Another guard's out because he got arrested. We don't know how long he's going to be arrested. I'm sure he's already out from jail, and I don't know if he's going to be suspended from the team. I don't know that situation at this time, but things do not look good for the Dallas Mavericks, and I'm kind of tired of having to talk about the negatives. I would love to talk about the positives, but right now, there are not that many positives, a lot of negatives, but we can still turn it around. It's still very early in the season. Wins can still come in. Guys can get healthy, stay out of trouble with the law, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think it's over? 4 games in, throw in the towel, just try to tank for a good pick and rebuild? Or do you think it's too early? I'm a doomer, I'm too negative, and that the team will be fine? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making part of the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Don't do drugs. Drink water. Peace.